back here with us on Overdrive. Now, Audi is all set to bring the Q6 e-tron as well as the SQ6 e-tron in the country. And these two SUVs feature some revolutionary AI technologies, enhanced driving features, and also stunning to look at. So, we are here to find out whether the Q6 is worth all the hype.
You have already heard, the new Porsche Macan has gone all electric, and in the Audi camp, its sibling is this. This is the Audi Q6, which is coming to India real soon. In fact, I'm calling it the sibling of the Macan is because both these cars were co-developed. They are based on the PPE architecture, a premium electric architecture that is co-developed by Porsche and Audi, which means it is very promising, not just on paper, but even on the road. But you know what's the big deal? I think this looks better than the Macan. The new design language, with its striking headlights, LED technology and customizable DRL and lighting signatures, combined with the 3D OLEDs at the back, gives the Q6 e-tron a modern, cutting-edge appearance unmatched by the competition. Even within the Volkswagen group, there's no other car that exudes this level of new-age sophistication, at least with its lighting elements. Now, if I were to compare it to the Q8 e-tron, it's the same kind of width, it's the same kind of length, almost, just a little bit shorter on the wheelbase for sure, but you have these shorter overhangs which give it really good proportions. And what really works well for this car is the marginally higher height that it has. On paper, nothing big, but when you actually look at the visual proportions, it looks like a proper Q car from Audi. The choice of wheel sizes ranging from 18, 19 to 21 inches allows for customization, with the larger options reserved for the S-Line and the SQ6, enhancing its muscular stance. While it sits below the Q8 e-tron, it looks fairly large compared to rivals like the Mercedes-Benz EQB or the Jaguar I-Pace. I also think it packs in a lot more detail than the EQE. Now, once you're inside, what you're really going to like is the choice of materials that they've made. Nice, soft materials everywhere. Even on the lower parts, it's not soft touch plastics, but it feels all upmarket, which is something that I really like. Now, the first thing is the materials, but the second thing that you will notice is how everything is driver-centric. You also get augmented reality heads-up display, and oh my god, it works so well. The co-passenger display, a feature borrowed from Porsche, adds a touch of high-tech wizardry. Equipped with an optional privacy glass, it ensures that only the passenger can see it, appearing as a blank piece of glass from the driver's seat to reduce distractions. The minimalist center console features a love-it-or-hate-it gear shifter knob. Some like me might miss Audi's chunky aircraft-style selectors, but the new design integrates seamlessly with the modern cabin aesthetic. I also like the dynamic ambient lighting. The steering wheel with its flat bottom and top looks and feels sporty. The touch-sensitive controls on it allow you to swipe or press, whatever floats your boat. It's a thoughtful design at its best. There's one feature that just took me off guard, scared me almost, but now I really love it. So this little panel that you see here with the S badging on it, there's a speaker somewhere there. So when you have your sat-nav on, all the route guidance is coming from here, not from the front, but at the rear, as if someone's just sort of, over your shoulder looking at what's happening and then telling you, okay, turn right, turn left. It's really handy. It's really handy. And then this can also double up as a surround sound speaker system if you like. The only drawback that I noticed so far is that if I'm using Google Maps with my Apple CarPlay, then the speaker is not active for the sat-nav. I have to use the proprietary sat-nav on the screen or the infotainment to be able to use that feature, but it's a really cool feature to have. The shorter wheelbase compared to the Q8 e-tron means that the rear door size and aperture is slightly smaller too, but ingress and egress remain easy. The rear seats continue the theme of thoughtful design and quality. The AC vents are well crafted and the audio system is top-notch too. The center armrest comes with cup holders and the seat cushioning is firm but comfortable, perfect for long-distance journeys without feeling overly plush. The cushioning slightly on the stiffer side and I like it. It doesn't feel overtly soft,
A lot of luxury manufacturers do that, and over long distances it just doesn't feel as comfortable. So here I really like it. Now the overall roominess is quite good. You can see there is no sunroof on this car. I don't know if they'll offer one on the India spec model or not, but even without that, even with the all black interiors of this SQ6, it just feels nice and roomy in here. In terms of space, well, under thigh support could have been a little better. In terms of the knee room, excellent. They've also scooped it out. You also get these pockets right here. So in terms of practicality and storage, it's quite good. Headroom is excellent. So even if you're going to be a 6-footer, I don't think you're going to be banging your heads anywhere at all in this car. So overall, I quite like the comfort. I quite like the room. It's a premium Audi, so obviously you get a powered tailgate. There you go. Now the loading lip is not too high, so getting your stuff into the boot, not a problem at all. The boot volume is actually quite good, very usable. If you look at the way it has been designed, it's like a proper square or a rectangle, whatever you want to call it. So getting all your big suitcases in is not going to be a problem at all. Like I said, the target audience for this is going to be very similar to the Q5. So road tripping is going to be an important factor for that buying audience. And there, getting all your stuff back in there is not going to be a problem. What adds further versatility is a 40-20-40 split for the seats. So overall, the premium feel follows from head to toe, just the way it should be in an Audi.
Welcome back here with us on Overdrive. Now the Audi Q6 e-tron will be positioned below the Audi Q8 e-tron, and it offers great driving dynamics, range as well as comfort, and is perfect for a family. So would you want to put your money on it? Let's find out.
We spent a day each driving the Q6 and the SQ6, the quicker, more powerful sibling. Both the models sport a 100 kWh battery pack and a dual motor setup, though a single motor rear-wheel drive configuration is expected to arrive later as the base model Q6. For most real-world driving scenarios like accelerating off the mark, overtaking on the highway and general brisk driving, the Q6 performs admirably and will satisfy those looking for a balanced blend of performance and practicality. It's an electric Audi through and through, delivering a smooth, rapid acceleration that we've come to expect from this brand.
This feels nice and brisk just the way it should with an electric Audi. So even if you were to settle for the Q6, you're not going to really feel shortchanged. But if you want something sportier, you have the SQ6.
It's impressive that Audi has managed to integrate a 100 kWh battery pack even in a mid-size luxury crossover like the Q6 and across all of its variants.
So irrespective of the model you get, single motor, dual motor, SQ6, they're claiming about 600 kilometers of range anyway. In the real world, I think 500 to 520 should be easily doable, because typically for this size of EV, I have seen the vehicles return about 5.6 to 5.7 kilometers per kilowatt hour, and I believe that that number should be a walk in the park for the Q6 and the SQ6. If anything, I actually expect it to be even better.
Audi's improved thermal management ensures consistent charging speeds even as the battery heats up, maintaining around 200 kilowatt at 50% SOC and 120 kilowatt even at 80% SOC. Therefore, with 270 kilowatt charging, you can go from 10 to 80% in about 21 minutes. But even on a 120 kilowatt 400 volt charger, it will take about 35 to 40 minutes for at least a 300 kilometer refill. Perfect for that lunch break.
So, AI is a buzzword for 2024, right? And it stays true even for the car makers. A lot of car makers are also talking a lot about AI. And AI is now going to be an integral part of the Q6's systems. In fact, all of the new systems that will come from Audi. So these systems will essentially take a look at your driving patterns, understand how you drive, what do you prefer, what kind of routes you take, what kind of air conditioning you prefer, what kind of comfort, features, all of that. It's going to essentially understand and make a profile for you. And then it is going to start doing route recommendations. It will maybe even recommend you when to turn on the seat massage or seat cooling if it's available, or steering heating, those kind of functions. So all of that, it'll keep doing that, it'll keep giving you suggestions.
AI enhances both regen modes and overall braking. Based on your driving patterns and GPS data, a new B mode enables single pedal driving in crowded cities, while a new D auto mode subtly slows down the car, optimizes energy regeneration whenever required. It even adjusts to speed limits for a smoother, more intuitive experience, all depending on the way you drive.
The drive select switch is still, a bit far. It's not very intuitively placed. I would have liked it to be somewhere on the steering wheel, but it's fine. I mean, once you get the hang of it, probably it would be much easier. Now it's going to give you different driving modes. It's going to give you dynamic, comfort, efficiency, off-road, all self-explanatory. There's also a balanced driving mode. Again, using AI, again using data from the sat-nav, etc., and your driving patterns, it's going to understand, what kind of driving you do. Are you usually hard around corners? Are you nice and slow around corners? How much do you brake? What your driving patterns are. It will study all of that and it'll give you a more balanced driving mode in that sense. So if you want quick overtakes, if you are quick on the exits but slow through the corners, it will adapt all of it. It will adapt the suspension, it will adapt the powertrain responses to suit just that.
In comfort mode, the suspension can feel a bit too soft, ideal for those smooth highways but a tad squishy around the bends. However, it excels on rough sections similar to B roads or the monsoon-ravaged roads in India.
Now, should you buy the Q6 or the Q8? At the moment at least, if the dealers have stocks and if you can haggle them for a discount, you should be able to get the Q8 at a good price. But if pricing doesn't matter to you, if it's the tech that matters to you, then I think the Q6 at the moment is the better buy. It's got the better battery in terms of the density, the technology, etc. Like I said, it will definitely give you better range than the Q8 e-tron in the real world. I think it looks stunning. It's not too small. The wheelbase is shorter. The rear seat space is going to be a little lesser than the Q8 e-tron, but not something that will feel like a compromise at all. Even for a family of four, the Q6 offers a lot of comfort, a lot of space, plenty of boot space as well. So if you were to choose this over a Q8, I don't think you're going to go wrong. That said, yes, there will be an all-new Q8 e-tron that will join the ranks very soon. It will utilize all of the tech that we've seen in this car and maybe even push the envelope further, but that's going to happen at a later date. So from the way I look at it, you won't go wrong choosing either one of them. Either haggle the dealer for a good discount and get the Q8 at a good price, or just get the Q6 and be happy for longer with the newer tech on offer. What do I think about the car overall? Well, I think I've summed it up. If I'm recommending you to maybe save money and get the SQ6, and if I'm recommending you to maybe spend more money and get the Q6 instead of a discounted Q8, that means I'm pretty impressed with this car. And I think that if you are shopping in the EV space, this is going to be one serious contender to look at. It looks good, it feels spacious, it drives well, and finally it feels like an all-new Audi, not an evolution of something that we've seen already in the past. So from all those standpoints, I think Audi have delivered an excellent all-rounder.
That's all the time we have on this week's episode of Overdrive. But remember, you can stay in touch with the team through our various social media platforms, and you can write to us on YouTube as well. We'll see you next week. Until then, goodbye. Many thanks for watching. Drive and ride safe.